Basically, this live is just to, God, it's so fucking bright, dude. Holy shit. Can barely see. Yeah, we'll dumb it down just a little bit. Um, so this next few weeks are going to be very experimental. Um, I haven't done this in a really long time, but I am going to attempt to just be myself. You know, um, I'm a naturally funny, good-looking dude, but there's a lot of stuff going on with family, and my daughter Nova had her first day of school today, so that happened too. Um, yeah, going through a lot of changes, but a lot of them are for the better, and yeah, it's just a rough day. Wasn't there to see my daughter go to school. Got family shit going on, and it's just a lot sometimes. So, or it has been lately at least. But I haven't been this close to family, to the point where I'm like right on top of like I live so close to literally all my siblings. So I haven't had that in like 9 years. So just going through a lot of different stuff. Um, Change of scenery, um, distance with friends. My main goal right now is just finding a job and just staying healthy. It's the best way I could say it. Just staying healthy. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, Start working once I find a job. Work as much as I absolutely can because I don't have much of a life at this point besides flipping knives, and that's really it. Honestly, I had more of a life before I moved here, which makes sense, but um, it's all for the better. Doesn't seem like it right now because it's a slower start than I anticipated. But I imagined this would be a lot different than it is. Um, and mainly, I think that was because um, I had an altered depiction of what this whole scenario would be. And then on top of just things coming up, life happening, um, it's just like a very heavy, like, environment. I don't know if that's even a good way to describe it, but like the air is thick with just like uncertainty. Um, there's a lot of questions up in the air right now, and that alone is worrisome in a time that I'm supposed to be my most optimistic. Not that I'm not, but it's still just a lot. So, um, I think the biggest challenge for me, though, is having to return to faith. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to church every Sunday or like I'm praying, so to speak, but just having faith, not only in myself, but in others around me, because I've conditioned myself to push people away. Because when you're let down so often, like you just don't want to let anybody in or trust anybody or take anybody's word, you know. So, yeah, I'm just trying to work on a lot of stuff. And as a drug addict, it's usually better to do one thing at a time. But unfortunately, I don't have that leisure or that time. So um, I got to dive into this shit head first, and it sucks, but it is what it is. You got to do these things sometimes. The way I see it, my daughter was nervous today on her first day of school. She's 4, turns 5 this month in less than 20 days. Or no, it's more than 20 days because her birthday's the 22nd, so maybe just on the cusp. Or my math is off by one. Either way, doesn't matter. She was nervous. She could have cried and backed out, but she went into her first day of school with optimism. And if she could do that at 4, why can't I do it at 34? You know, I've got a 30-year advantage on that kid, all right? So I'm using my daughter as motivation, um, which is an excellent place to start. Um, and she's like my best friend, so I feel like letting myself down is an extension of letting her down, and I don't want to do that. So, um, and I don't want to let you guys down. You know, the faithful the faithful 18 of you that check on me, make sure we're good. Um, that don't involve people that you're supporting, that you bought a car for, or a bike, or a scooter for, and then you complain to me that they're they're using you. They're using you. It's okay. The person that this is about can't respond anyways. So, um, but that's a whole different ballpark of things. We can get into that one day, just not today. Um, but assuming that everything goes the way I plan that it does, for me at least, I can't speak for anybody else in the world because I can only, manage and control and contain my emotions and what I'm capable of. And I plan to prove myself not wrong, but yeah, prove myself wrong because I've doubted myself more times than not in life. So hopefully this time, you know, I don't let anybody down, including me. Yep. You hear Miss Molly barking and growling. Somebody must be walking their dogs out front. Or she's probably got to go potty. But yeah, my life is completely turned upside down. Um, it's been the roughest few years of my life, and I've lost a lot of really important people who I was heavily reliant on for motivation and sometimes just grounding. Like when my friend Tim died, um, I didn't realize how bad it was because me and him had gone through very similar battles, and I don't have him to talk to about that stuff anymore. To be like, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through this. So it it really does feel like a personal, like I do take it personally, the fact that something is killing people. People aren't comfortable in their own skin, and I'm one of those people. I don't know exactly what it was that happened along the line, but I didn't like me at some point, and it's been such a hard battle to learn to love myself again. And it's still very hard. Like I'll wake up and reach for somebody that's not there, or you know, tell myself that I can do this later on when I no longer have access to a vehicle or the means to do so. So I've really been like living in a altered state of mind for like some years to the point where I was just kind of believing my own bullshit. And the reason I take what I say on this platform seriously is because this is a way for you guys to see the good, the bad, the excellent, the terrible. I don't want to lie to you guys about anything. And I've definitely been better, but the good news is I don't think it's going to get much worse. And if it does, proving me wrong is just excellent. It's a rare thing. So But that's because when you assume the worst because you've been through it so many times, it's really, really, really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So the fact that I'm looking at a light right now is ironic, but again, I'm optimistic for my future. I'm optimistic for everybody's future. Everybody's in control of their own life. If you didn't come from money, make sure that you do something to ensure generational wealth. If being successful isn't important to you, go be like a logger and build a cabin, dude. Like, just live a fun, like, enjoyable life. Really. I'm 34, dude. I've accomplished zero. This channel and my kids. That's what I've accomplished. And it's sad, but, transparency is very important with me. So, you know, I plan to do a lot more filming of the rough stuff that I'm going to be going through, as well as documenting the good and bringing you guys along for the ride. So again, this is Maztec Knives, Maztec Valley Custom. I'm Matt. I'm a recovering addict and a father and a aspiring entrepreneur, which means I haven't made shit yet, but I got ideas. Um, I just want this to be a safe place for everybody to do what I'm doing, you know, to have a voice and, have an ear if need be. So, yeah, just wanted to stop in, touch base, show some YouTube subscriber love, get a little personal with you guys. Um, because I've been doing more flipping than actually, talking with you guys. So, um, yeah, love you guys. Stay sharp. Again, I'll keep you guys posted on this lovely, lovely new journey and chapter in my life. So, I'll take it easy. Enjoy school. Sure, it's a little rough transitioning after a nice, nice summer, but I promise you shit's going to get better.